We're live.
They can't hear me, can they?
No. So only here we have headsets on that.
Good evening.
You're not on.
Anything, Gene?
They're not taking one of those off.
Are you probably the right leader out over there?
One, two.
I'm not hearing nothing.
Yeah, we're not getting anything here.
You have to,
Worked a little while ago.
I don't think your things are on. Yeah.
Turned on? Yeah. I mean, I'm showing it.
Connections.
I must have had it on before. Good evening. Football fans. We're going to say football fans tonight because if you're joining us, you will notice we're going to a split screen this evening due to the Jamboree. We have 4 teams here this evening. Marion Warriors, Mound Ridge Wildcats, Remington Broncos,
and the Eureka Tornadoes.
Tornadoes. I was going to call them Cyclones.
They are the Eureka Tornadoes.
So the format, as far as we know this evening, what we've kind of been told is that there will be 2 teams playing on each end of the field simultaneously. And I believe I heard they are going to have a 25-minute clock for each section. And in that 25 minutes, each team, I think, will get 12 offensive plays. So basically, you're going to get 12 offensive, 12 defensive plays in that 25-minute period. And then you will rotate teams. That's why we went to a split screen. So if anybody's watching from the other communities, you can see all 4 teams.
If you're joining us from Marion, Marion will always be on that left screen. So they will stay in that end zone tonight.
If you also notice, Marion has chosen to not wear any of their jerseys tonight. Talking to the coaching staff earlier in the week, the team, this was their year to get new uniforms. And fortunately, our old uniforms were not damaged in the fire, the bus fire. But it was a year to get new uniforms, and so they did not want to mess any of the new uniforms up at the scrimmage. So they have chosen just to wear their practice jerseys.
Yeah, we're not going to be calling out player names or much because we don't know who some of them are. Most of them are tonight.
Well,
Guys.
and we don't have any programs for the other teams, so.
Yep. On the camera tonight, we got Sam Loomis and Cheyenne Voiles, Darren Neufeld, Jeremiah Lang up here on the mics. We won't be on all night. We'll probably shut these off after a while. And then the intrepid producer, Gene Winkler.
You gonna look up the thesaurus and bring with us every week to come up with a new name for him?
That's a good idea. But
So.
I think, Darren, in 2024, you can just go to thesaurus.com. You don't even have to haul that book
But half
around
the places
anymore.
we go don't have good cell service. So
They better, otherwise we can't broadcast.
For those of you that have not had a chance, if you're watching this, you hadn't had a chance to make it out to the stadium. If we can get the camera crew to swing, I think Cheyenne, can you swing your camera to the new facility down there?
Concession area.
I don't know if you can get it or not. Yeah, there we got a little corner of it. Okay. Well, the new concession stand area was broken in tonight, opened. They serving cheeseburgers. The junior class is serving cheeseburgers tonight. And last night was the open house. You got to go through the facility, the locker rooms, the pickleball courts, the restrooms, concession stand area. Great facility that's been added here for Marion.
Pretty amazing. The new facility is being called the MAC.
Yes.
We've got
Marion Athletic Complex.
Right. So we've got the SAC, Sports and Aquatic Center, the PAC, Performing Arts Center, and now we've got the MAC, the Marion Athletic Complex. That's what it's. Oh, Gene's trying to change it.
Because there's other Macs too. So.
All right, so the north end zone, north side of the field is active, and the south side of the field is getting ready to start.
It looks like Mound Ridge on this end of the field down here. Mound Ridge has the ball first. The Marion Warriors are on defense. Mound Ridge last couple seasons has played 8-man. They're stepping back up to 11-man this year.
Eureka starts on offense on the south side, Remington on defense.
I believe, and I should have looked this up ahead of time, but I believe that Eureka's a 2A and the other 3 are 1A. Remington, us, and Mound Ridge are all in the 1A category.
Okay.
I believe. I'm going to look up here in a minute.
Eureka not unfamiliar with coming up here, especially during the winters. They've been a regular member of the winter basketball tournament here. The Marion Classic. I was going to say the Warrior Classic. That wasn't right.
You can say Warrior Classic because there's usually at least 3 teams in the thing that have the Warriors as a mascot.
At least 3.
Mound Ridge draws first blood in the Warrior Wildcat matchup.
It's a good event for coaches to kind of see what's working, what's not working, what they need to work on as they get into the season next week. This gives them a chance to see some.
Well, especially in the smaller schools where you have the first couple weeks of practice and you're just beating up on yourselves. And
right.
Now you have a chance to put your top 11 out there and see how they're gonna what you need to change here a week before you actually start the actual season. So if you're keeping track, it looks like we weren't sure how this part was going to work, but it looks like after a touchdown is scored or when you start your possession, it looks like they're starting at the 35.
Beautiful night for the Jamboree. Yesterday it was like 95 degrees and super miserable. And tonight, 80 degrees.
I've got 80.
And the wind is pleasant.
I was going to say the slight breeze because we have the press box open and actually getting a breeze through here, which feels very good.
So if you're joining us on YouTube and you're not far away, open up some windows. Crowd's still coming in. Darren and I were talking. We thought maybe there'd be some more fans from out of town.
I feel sorry for the fans that chose to sit on the far side.
Yeah.
I would think they want to come sit in the shade where you're not looking directly into the sun. That's, of all the fields we go to, probably well over half of them are configured like ours, where as a visiting fan, you're looking directly into the sun. And
right.
It's really a bit hard on the broadcast too, but. There's a nice defensive play, forcing the Mound Ridge quarterback to stumble and go down. Okay, so 2 of these teams, Mound Ridge and Remington, are actually in our district this year.
Yeah, so we will see them again.
Yes, we'll definitely see those 2 teams again. So Marion, Mound Ridge, and Remington are all in the 1A category, and I'm not finding Eureka on the list, so I'm pretty sure they are a 2A. Yep, they are a 2A.
Good research.
The Eureka district, they're actually in a district with Blue Stem's actually a 2A this year. Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow. That's
Whoa.
yeah, that's out there because poor Blue Stem has not had good seasons, good sized football squads in the last couple of years. So, but they're in a district with Humboldt, Blue Stem, Pomona, West Franklin, and Central Heights.
Interesting.
So,
If you tuned in tonight, hoping that there would be no announcers, we apologize.
just turn your volume down.
If you tuned in tonight, hoping to hear the sultry voice of Mike Powers,
You're out of luck.
he was unable to join us tonight, but he will be on the road at Harrington next week, so where we will join you just up 77.
First two games for the Warriors this year on the road at Harrington and then down at Douglas. So we get a home game, which there'll be one home game, and then I think we're back on the road, and then the second home game is.
I think we have one home game, and then the next one's homecoming.
I thought homecoming was the next game after that. I'll have to take a look at that too. Jeez.
Because we're on the road the 6th and the 13th, and then we're home, I think, the 20th and the
27th, so 2 in a row home.
27th is homecoming.
That's right, Bennington and then Sedgwick. Interesting note about the Warrior schedule. I mentioned a little bit ago Mound Ridge is stepping back up into 11-man from 8-man, but Harrington is also in that position. They played 8-man.
Right.
Bennington played 8-man, and Mound Ridge played 8-man. So 3 of the 8 regular season opponents for the Warriors this year are moving back up into 11-man from an 8-man couple of years.
And Warrior fans might remember, some of you might not, but Marion was on the cusp of that number a couple years ago where we were just within 1 or 2 kids of going down to 8-man for 2 years. And so we were just above that threshold.
Looks like that's going to wrap up the Mound Ridge offensive series. And they will be switching, and then Marion's going to go on offense now. You know, if you're looking at it, the Warrior season and saying, hey, what are we really going to see this year? And we as broadcasters talking to the coaching staffs, we're kind of in the same position. Nobody really exactly knows. We had such a large senior class that had so many cumulative starts under their belt. I mean, a lot of last year's senior class had started since they were sophomores.
Yep. Some since they were freshmen.
Yeah, and some since they were freshmen. You know, filling the holes and the gaps has been a challenge for the coaching staff coming into this season. Not that we don't still have some really good athletes. It's just they haven't been on the field enough to really evaluate them and know where they're going to be best utilized. A couple of the familiar names you're going to remember from last year's team that especially down the stretch in the critical times, we called their names. Jackson Batani's back, Brian Wynn, and Luke Watkins. Luke's not suited up tonight, but he will be. Kellen Wayner, he's back. There's got to be some more. I'm just drawing a blank right now. Without a program, it's hard to remember.
You say Kellen Wayner?
Yeah, Kellen Wayner. That's 3 of the seniors, Luke, Kellen, and Brian. And there's 6 seniors on the squad.
Yeah, I know Jesse Snyder's out there.
Oh, Jesse Snyder. Yep. Jesse Snyder's a junior. Caden Mercer. I wish I knew who that quarterback was for us. Any ideas? That's Kellen?
Yeah.
So I guess that answers my question with that numbers that we were informed by our camera crew, because
they
know much better than us right now. He said Kellen Wayner was the quarterback on that down. And, okay, so Sam, help me out. Who are the two running backs behind Kellen?
One looks like, that's a great question. One looks like Jesse and probably Lane Smith, probably. Don't know for sure. We'll have to see.
Jamison Looper ought to be out there too, right?
Yeah.
He'd be returning. Jamison had a lot of carries last year.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if he's not that one. The one with the white shirt.
Hanging out on the top.
Okay,
Yeah.
So it's J-Mo and Lane. I can tell them.
Okay, so Jamison's the one with the white undershirt.
And the other one is
Lane
Lane.
Smith.
He's the other senior here.
Oh, and Lane's the one running right here, right? Nice cut back. Nice block out here by the wide receiver.
Yeah, that was clean.
That was one thing that we brought up a lot last year, was how good our wideouts did at blocking last year. So
Right.
That's nice to see that this early in the season. Wide receivers getting those little blocks, because boy, Jack and Trevor picked up a ton of extra yards last year because of the blocks that the wide receivers put on.
That's all they do.
So, score there by the Warriors. Going to reset the ball to the 35. That was a nice little drive. I don't know what that was, about 5-6 plays.
Yeah, I think it was about 5 plays, and the Warriors did a good job moving the ball and trying a couple different things, runs, and I think they tried to pass on that possession.
Yeah, Kellen threw that one to the back of the
That's
end
right.
zone. It was
Yeah.
incomplete out of the back. I had a guy with his hands on it, just couldn't bring it in. Oh, nice pass. Nice look up. That's Jamison Looper on the catch. Oh. And
Hole.
I was
Hole
going
in
to
the
say,
field.
that was Mark Meyer on the far side officiating crew there that just about went down himself.
You know, check out that hole over there.
Yep.
He's going to have the FFA kids come
I was going to
fix
say,
it tomorrow.
it's going to come up with some turf management skills. So, for those of you that remember Mr. Meyer, he's always dabbled in officiating, but obviously in his retirement, he's taking it on now as a full-time job.
That's right.
Lane and J-Mo.
Oh,
high
nice
snap.
snap. Kellen brings it down. He's going to make something out of nothing. Nice run up the middle after a
Carson Krause might get some snaps too.
Remington on offense on the south end here. Looking to pass. It's a complete pass there.
I need to go back down to 10 minutes.
Looper on the carry. Yeah, that tackler went down low to get Looper, and that's the only way you're going to get him. It's kind of, I mentioned before the broadcast, Jeremiah and I were talking that we weren't sure, we couldn't remember, who was going to fill that typical Marion mold running back, and we both had forgot about Jamison.
Yep.
And after seeing this first series tonight, I think he's not as big right now as some of the backs we've had in the past, but he definitely runs as hard. Up the middle. Oh, and he out across. Touchdown.
Yep.
Oh, they're going to mark him.
Mark him down
Okay.
at the 6-inch line.
Meyer calls him in. Mark called him in, but the near side, Mark got overruled.
Yeah, Mark's looking into the sun. So
I thought he was in. He
I
got
did
tripped
too.
up, but I thought the way his body fell.
I do want to compliment our grounds crew here because, man, this whole facility, the main field, the practice field, just everything's looking stellar.
This whole part of the state has had the blessing. There he's in for the touchdown. This whole part of the state, we've received enough rain that here we are August, and we've commented as we've been traveling around, it's still green.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
usually by this time everything's already turning brown, but this year even the pastures are still green. And
I was just informed, Darren, by our intrepid producer, Gene Winkler, that one of the reasons the facility looks so good is Todd Gordon's been coming over here and getting fertilizer on the grass and taking care of it as well in his time. So Todd works over at the country club and kind of ventures over here when he's got some time and takes care of this facility as well.
It definitely looks like it. I'm going to be real interested to see how hopefully we can keep enough water on to keep the field in good shape through the whole season.
I'll tell you what, I mean, even this morning we woke up to an inch of rain.
Yeah.
I mean, just what a blessing.
Yeah, and the practice fields even look good.
Yeah.
Usually our teams hate out there on the practice field this time of year because it's harder than a rock. And when you're all the practice drills you do, it's kind of tough to survive. In fact, just looking over at the baseball stadium, looking at the infield on the baseball field, it almost looks like the outfield is growing into the infield. Yeah. There's so much grass and weeds growing on the infield of the baseball.
Looks similar to the field where Marion played regionals.
Yeah. Ooh, nice little play by Remington down here. I did not see what happened. The Mound Ridge crowd obviously had a big cheer out down here. Must have had a pretty good defensive play against us. I was watching Remington.
I was helping with production.
Oh. Remington has been running some nice little screen plays. Marion's gonna have to watch out for that later when we play them.
Oh, that's not going to work. Warrior receiver tripped on the play, and Mound Ridge defender had the interception easily.
Yeah, I do not believe that was Kellen that threw that pass. Been informed by our cameraman, because thank goodness he's up here tonight, knows the names. He said the quarterback now playing for Marion is Carson Krause.
Carson's a junior.
And I believe that might have been the. Oh, no, Mounder's coming back on. Say they might have counted that as a 12th play, but the reason we're saying 12th play, I did look it up, and it turns out that is a Keisha rule for these jamborees. Okay. A player may not play in more than 36 offensive and 36 defensive plays on a jamboree night.
Okay.
So with 3 teams here tonight, that's 12 for each. So it looks like Marion Mountain Ridge are going to wrap up theirs. Meanwhile, down here, Remington
being chased by a whole bunch of tornadoes.
Well, and he was getting run. That running back didn't quite make it to the end zone, but man, he ran about 60 yards to pick up the 20 he did. He started out to the left and weaved his way all the way back through traffic and finally ended up getting taken down inside the 5.
I'd imagine they've got probably 2 or 3 plays left. I think they were a couple plays behind us. Well, maybe not.
Looks like they might be finished up.
Interesting.
So as we said before, now the teams are going to swap up a little bit. Marion is going to stay on this end. Actually, it looks like we're going to get some JV reps here.
Okay.
So Marion and Moundridge JVs are lining up. That's nice. I didn't realize they were going to do that. That's a bonus.
That is a bonus. Get those guys some
Get them some
work.
reps. Get them some reps too.
some live action.
As always, I looked ahead at the JV schedule, and it looked like the JV schedule was full this year. I didn't see any teams that weren't going to be able to fill the JV at this point. We'll have to do a little scouting before next week.
When do you mind if I go? Whatever. I'll wait till they rotate.
We'll have to do a little bit of scouting for next week and see with a couple of our players that aren't suited up tonight if they're nursing an injury or what might be the case that's keeping them off the field.
Now we have word from the students that Riker Salisbury broke his hand.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, we see Racker with a hand wrapped up, so hopefully, with a broken hand, he's a lineman, if I remember right. Well, he ran running back last year in middle school. If they play him on the line 4 to 6 weeks, he'd be back. They can tape it up, wrap it up, and pad it.
Put a club on it.
Yeah, put a club on it. So, see how long that keeps him out. He ran pretty hard last year as a running back in middle school.
Yep.
Towards the end of the season, Coach Murphy figured out a little bit better how to use him, and he started running really hard and head down. And
there's a Coach Murphy sighting down there in the end zone, down in the red hat, black shorts. If you catch him on the camera. The new father.
Jackson Howard. That was the other one I was trying to think of.
Oh,
Really.
yeah.
I just saw him down here. Wyatt Soyez. See, now with their helmets off, I know.
That's right. Now you can know who
Jackson
they
Howard,
are.
Wyatt Soyez, Trip Peterson.
Yep.
There's Jesse, Brian, Jackson,
Caden, Carson. Saw Jonathan Freeze up in the stands earlier, coming back to watch, and we got word that Jack Lanning got into the game they were playing for Cali County.
We heard earlier that he made the travel squad.
Yep.
So. We had heard, talking to Coach Kraft, that I think he said there was 9 freshmen, 9 sophomores, 5 juniors, and 6 seniors, I believe.
I think that's right.
That'd be 18, 11, 29. Yeah, it's right in that ballpark. I'm going to make the assumption right now that most of what we're seeing out here on the field is the freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah.
Just based on the players I know that are over here on the sideline.
Makes sense. I think people were definitely ready for football season to get going. Good tackle on the backfield by Eureka there.
Yeah, get him backed up almost to the 50-yard line.
Yeah. Oh, Jack Lane's watching. Collect me. Coffeeville. Thank you, Jack. You're a good man.
Gave Marion there a late hit out of bounds. I don't know if I totally agree with that. He was wrapped up on the runner when they were still inbounds, and he continued to take it. In fact, he was just being kind of drugged and finally drug him to the ground. So.
Good play action play there by Mound Ridge.
Ran the option nice. Back defender came up to make a hit on the quarterback. He pitched it, and there was nobody left.
Fumble on the play down here on Remington's side, and Eureka recovered.
Watching the Marion and Mound Ridge crews, it looked, I'd call it fairly even with the two varsity crews that were out there. I think Marion might have had a slight advantage there once they kind of got rolling on offense. But watching the other end of this field, Remington varsity pretty much ran over Eureka. Eureka didn't get him stopped and couldn't move the ball on him. Well, now it looks like just the opposite's happening down here on this end. The Eureka JV is
having their way
with Remington. Mound Ridge JV is having their way with our JV right now.
If you like high school football, it's a fun event to be at.
I remember the first year they did this, I might be wrong in this, so don't hold me to this, but I thought when the first year they did it, maybe the first couple of years, that Keisha had a rule in there that you couldn't play anybody in the Jamboree that you were going to play on your regular schedule.
I feel like that's accurate.
So they've obviously changed something. Maybe they especially as you got it further out west, there's just not enough. It's too far to travel for a lot of schools to find three opponents that were not going to be on their schedule. Yeah. So it's obviously changed. Good for Eureka. They get a tune-up game against, plays against, people they'll never see again. These other three teams, I don't want to say you got to be careful because there's a lot of football to play before you're going to see each other, but you're definitely not going to try to give away any secrets, which at this point in the season, you probably don't have any because you're still trying to learn all your players.
How? He dropped the snap and then he still got the play.
Good carry by Mound Ridge.
And Mound Ridge has some speed. the quarterback and that running back have a little bit of speed out there on the edge.
Yeah, we're just not getting to that corner fast enough.
You know, for having an 8-man team last year, Mountain Ridge has a lot of guys.
Yeah, they
suited up.
really do.
Well, there's 11, 12.
Well, they might have just had a small
16,
class that
18,
put them
20,
below that
22,
threshold a couple years
24.
ago.
26, 28. They've got 32 suited up tonight.
Yeah.
Nice pursuit there on the defense.
So help me remember. It's for football. The count is sophomore, junior, and senior enrollment.
Freshman, sophomore, junior.
Freshman, sophomore, junior.
Because it's for 2 years, so that way
Right.
it counts them
yeah.
when those juniors are juniors and seniors.
Right.
So it actually you're ahead. They're actually taking this year's counts when they take because we're in the first year, so it would have been last year.
Yeah.
Last year at this time when they took the counts of actually I think it was the 8th grade freshman, sophomore, because that way this year when they're juniors and seniors, that's the 2 years you're in there, you're grouping.
Okay.
Either that or it's just 2 classes. Maybe it's just freshmen and sophomores. It follows the groups that are going to be your upperclassmen in the 2 years you're in that division. So
But football is the only sport that does it
Right.
that way. The rest of them are all
based on this
enrollment.
year's enrollment for this year for every other activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's why already at this point, what is it, September 20th? It's usually around the 20th of the years when they look at the counts. Well, until that count gets officially counted and they distribute everything, fall sports don't know anything. Like volleyball has no idea where they're headed for, sub-state, and cross
Right.
country doesn't know where they're headed for, who's going to be in their regional. Girls golf, golf might be a little bit different because that's a combined class deal. You pretty much know which class you're going to be in there because I believe 1, 2, 3A are all together.
Right.
So I was looking back at last night. Yeah, they did the meet the athletes and
Right.
cheerleaders and everything last night. I was shocked. I was very surprised. I think there was 12 girls out for girls golf.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. That's great. I think pretty darn close to the whole high school was out on the field last night
There's
with
quite a
some
few
kind
of
of
them out.
activity.
Yep.
And that is great to see where our kids are actually involved in extracurriculars. So it's great to see there's other sports that people are finding interest in that they'll go out and do to keep themselves busy.
Right. Participate.
Yep. And that doesn't even touch into the band and vocal and debate and theater and
Yep. Yeah, I know we had our auditions for the fall musical, and that'll be coming up in November. So they've already started rehearsing for that.
what's the
Once Upon a Mattress.
Once Upon a Mattress?
Yep.
Super bad.
Okay. You got me intrigued. I might have to actually go to that one.
It's
Just
about, it's a analog to Princess and the Pea.
Gotcha. Sam says it's a version of the Princess and the Pea story.
So I don't know what's going on the field right now. Nobody's doing much of anything.
Maybe they're just taking a.
Yeah,
Gene's ready to pack it in.
I might.
Maybe they're taking
All right. Well, I got some homework to do.
a couple minute water break. I don't know.
Bye, Gene.
I would venture to say they are.
I do for this dude tonight, so that's why. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sam. Thank
All
you.
right. Just text me when y'all are getting ready to leave next Friday.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, our cameras are going to go a little bit more static here.
New camera crews, so we were trying to train them a little bit on zooming in and following the play,
So if you're
following
seasick,
actions. I have no clue what we're waiting on. Because both ends are finished. It sure looks like.
Yeah, I don't know what the holdup is here.
Unless there's some kind of Acacia mandatory break. Because now the JV for Marion is back out on the field to get their plays.
Huh.
So does all 4 schools do the JV?
Seems that Gene's asking if all 4 schools are doing the JV.
They did down here on this other end.
Yeah. But they don't have anyone out right now. They're just watching. Remington is. Just trying to get some reps in.
I know, I can tell it's Kevon Jones has been the running back here the last couple of plays for the Warriors.
Okay.
I'm not sure who that JV quarterback is.
Could that be Ryder Kraus?
Could be Ryder or could be Raymer Jordy.
Oh, yeah. It looks more like Jordy.
It looks more like Jordy. It's a little too short for Ryder.
Yeah.
Ryder's got to be out there somewhere. I'm having trouble picking some of these kids out. Oops. All on the ground.
This is slow to develop play after it was picked up.
Not a whole lot of change to the coaching staff this year. I didn't realize Austin Murphy was going to come over and still help out.
Yeah, the only new one I'm noticing is the basketball coach in the white shirt.
Rock.
Yeah.
Which I know, like, Coach Bieberly, the middle school coach, is out there, even though, he won't be on the sideline every Friday night with coaching the middle school.
Ball's on the ground again. Nothing going on Remington and Eureka's side of the field.
Guess they opted not to do their second part of their JV.
I guess so.
They handle the snap, pitch back. Not much there, though. I'm not sure who he is, but that number 76 for Mound Ridge has been all over the field tonight for them on the defensive side of the ball. So
to check in and make sure Gene's still awake back there occasionally.
I'm just sitting here watching.
Could pull out the telestrator and we could play with it.
And Gene's going to be drawing pictures.
As long as they're YouTube appropriate.
That's right.
I seen 4 of the officials of the school the other day. I was up to the main office, and they was talking about whether it was going to be the WAC or the MAC, and they thought there was too many already MACs, so they thought the best way would be go to WAC, Warrior Athletic Center.
Makes me think of the Western Athletic Conference.
Yeah, me too. But so the Max there, that's a conference too. So
Yeah, that's
either way
true.
you go on that one. Oh man. No blocking there.
Now, the kid playing quarterback got welcomed by the offensive line, or defensive line, excuse me. We're JV having trouble finding a way to move the ball here.
Kramer back to pass.
Got a man.
Oh,
Just got him turned around, was unable to make the catch.
yeah, had one open over there. Nobody had covered the running back that ran a curl back route right up the sideline.
Couldn't ask for a better August night.
Yeah, I don't have a lazy boy up here. It'd be a little bit better.
There you go.
Broadcasting from a lazy boy.
Have Gene pitch that to our sponsors this year.
There was a nice cut by the running back. Picked up some yards. Positive yardage play there for Marion. It was nice to see.
The football team and the cheerleaders were up at the elementary school this morning, greeting the kids as they came in. Kids always like seeing them out there. Pretty neat tradition that the athletic department has started here.
Didn't see your picture in the paper. Was you up there, Jeremiah?
I stand closer to the door. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. I seen it on Facebook or somebody posted it.
Oh, nice cutbacks there by the Marion running back. Nice job working his way up the seam in the middle. And is that going to be the last play? Nope. Maybe not.
I think Remington and Eureka's kind of wondering when it's going to be the last play.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm kind of wondering when it's going to be the last play.
All right, looks like Remington is heading down to the north end, and Mound Ridge is coming down to the south end. Marion and Eureka will remain where they're at. So the first two opponents of the Jamboree are opponents we'll see later in the season.
Yeah, this is the kind of the matchup we're getting ready to see. That seems like the last couple of years it's been interesting. You know, with last year's senior class, they handled Remington pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Remington started out the game pretty good, but even by the second quarter, you could tell the game was well in hand. But you just never know with Remington.
Right.
I mean, I haven't counted helmets out there, but that looks like they've got at least 35.
I think they were 35 strong.
And they always have some bigger kids. Just not sure which year they're going to put everything together in.
That's right.
Click.
You and I were commenting that it seemed like there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, not as many fans as we were expecting, but Keenan was just telling me, he came up, he said volleyball just got done not too long ago.
Oh,
so
okay. So
they were running late. So some of those folks might be headed this way. All right, so Remington will be on offense first. Mound Ridge on offense on the south side of the field. Marion on defense on the north side.
handoff up the middle.
It's
Quarterback's
gonna
going to keep.
Find a hole over there on the right side. Good. Mound Ridge on offense, Eureka on defense on the south side. Mound Ridge in the red and black, Eureka in the white with red trim.
Remington quarterback did a nice job scrambling and waited till the last second and then was able to dump off down the field for a pickup of about 5. One of the things when I look out there at the Warrior squad, I'm guessing here. I'm taking a wild guess. I believe it's Mercer and Howard at the defensive ends.
Okay.
And then Batani in the middle.
Yep, that would make sense.
Good defense out there. Was that Jesse?
I think that was
I think it was Jesse on defense. And I'll tell you what, he got so many reps last year against some really good receivers that he really came on and played well last season.
Gonna have to watch those hands in the game. That might have been a flag. A little handsy there, but good practice for Jamboree night.
Our front line is so big that it makes the rest of our team look tiny out there. Height-wise, I mean. So.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson Howard is the tallest kid in school. So.
Yeah. Caden's not too far behind him.
No, he's not.
There's a nice defense by that hole. That was Batani and I believe Howard right there in the middle to plug that up. And that's what we really want to see from the Warriors. If the Warriors can stick with a 3-front defensive front, that's going to bode well because that means it's going to give us that extra person in the back to coming downhill to get in on the play.
Get in on the play, yep.
Looks like, just going by what I learned there from Sam, it looks like Looper out there on the far side outside.
Mm-hmm.
Got Wynn, and I'm not sure who that other linebacker is. Is that Soya, one of the Soyas, maybe? That linebacker, the middle linebacker with the white shirt?
It is hard to say. Run up the middle.
And got Jesse out here on the corner. Last year, Kellen played corner, but I'm going to take a wild. I think Kellen's got to be
he more in the middle?
He might be at one of the safety positions.
Yeah.
Now, is that? Yeah, he's this safety right here. This the only one in the deep in the backfield right now. That's
yeah.
Kellen. See, now I'm curious who that other cornerback coverage is out there. I don't know that one either. Oh, cut up the middle. There's some nice tackle by Kellen. Tripped him up.
Players have their helmet protectors on, so can't even see what their helmets look like tonight.
We were told that they stuck with the spear decal
Through
for
the
the year,
M.
through the M. Nice gang tackle right in the middle, Batani and
Yep. And Howard maybe?
well, that's like I said. That I think
Oh, you think that's
I think it's Soyas, I
Yeah.
believe. Which, with Luke out tonight, Luke will be in there somewhere in that whole middle of the field.
Yeah, Cooper Urach in street clothes, Luke Watkins in street clothes.
And Riker. Oh, nice tackle there. Defensively, when you look across there, we do have a lot of guys back. I mean, we graduated a big class, but screen pass. There's that slip screen. Oh, nice defense.
Well defended.
Jesse played that great. He read that play from the get-go and never let that receiver come back and get a good look at that screen pass.
Yeah, we do have a number of players that have good experience from last year, and I think when we talked with Sean was talking about the cumulative game experience that was lost in that senior class because so many of them did play so many games.
Yeah. We lost the two safeties, which I thought might be kind of one of our Achilles heels is, on that back end, not having any experience. But Kellen's back there, and like I said, I wish I knew who that other one was. And a sack there. That was Wynn. Wynn picks up the sack. Nice job. He needs to go thank his cornerbacks and D-backs because they had everybody so covered up that he was looking to his third look, and Wynn was able to take him down.
Get through the line and make a stop.
Actually, good job by the defensive ends to keep him contained, too. They kept their lanes as they rushed forward.
Got flags thrown down here in the Mountain Ridge Eureka scrimmage by pass interference.
If you could hear that on the broadcast, that was Coach Coleman.
Coach Coleman found his voice this year.
We're going to have to make sure whoever our sideline reporter is for each game keep their mic muted.
That's right.
Ooh, this looks like a huge blitz package. They put 6 up on the line. Oh, horse collar.
Ball came out.
Yeah, horse collar, though.
Yep.
Unfortunately. He probably wouldn't have got called on that if he'd have let it go after that first initial grab. But
Eureka and Mountain Ridge taking a break here.
wonder if they're done with their 12 and switching.
That might be.
It was a great defensive call by the coaching staff. Boy, they
Brought the house.
They brought the house. There was 7 guys in the box, and every single one of them came through.
Yep.
As an offensive lineman, you look up at that and say, okay, which one? Mass confusion on who the blocking assignments are going to be. Pitch out. Good. Once again, great defense. Everybody on that whole left side of the Warrior defense stead their ground and plugged the holes, and no place to run.
That's what we like to see. Eureka on offense on the right side, on the south side here. Complete pass.
And that looks like that will do it for Remington's offense.
You know, I'm going to put in for double overtime here on this. Here, running 2 cameras at once.
We'll raise your pay, Gino.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll double your pay.
Double my pay.
We will. We'll
Oh
double
my
your pay.
Guys, that's amazing.
No, it'd be as amazing as you ever get to collect.
He can pick it up at the Kingfisher.
Oh. Well, while we have a little break here in the action, there was some Big 12 games started last night.
Yeah,
I think
KU played some high school team, like, what was it, Lindenwood or something?
we were joking about that earlier today, and in all reality, we looked it up, and this is their second year as a Division I program.
Okay, all right.
It turns out that the coach of Lindenwood is coached with Leipold.
Leipold.
At one of his previous assignments. I don't remember which one, but there was a coaching connection there. They got paid handsomely to come get destroyed by KU.
In Sporting KC's stadium, yeah. Yeah, we watched the first half of that game, and I said to my family, I said, well, I think this game is over.
Yeah, the rest of the Big 12 teams that played last night, at least all one. I didn't get to see hardly any of the other games, and I think there's one tonight, if I remember right, and then the rest play tomorrow.
Yeah.
But back to pass. I think that was Krause. Nice. Wow. That had some zip on that pass. No, I think that was Wayner. That was a zip pass there.
Yeah.
Out to the receiver. Nice. The receiver had to go up just a little bit, made a nice catch, brought it down, secured it, and would have been good for about 7 or 8 yards, about 8 yards.
I'll tell you what, these Mountain Ridge players are vocal. They're into the game.
And off up the middle of the looper. He's going to pick up about 7. You know, the offensive line was not something I was really worried about for us. Although, once again, we lost a couple people on it. We had a lot of experience of guys last year that rotated through multiple positions.
Mm-hmm.
So, felt pretty good about the line coming into the year. Trying to see who we got out there. Looks like Mercer. Is that Howard? Mercer Howard. I'm not sure who the center is. Oh, that's Soyez. I think Soyez at the center. Wow, nice hard run. And a face mask tacked on to the end of that. Good run by Looper. So I think on the offensive line, I think that's Howard and Mercer and Wynn and Batani, and then Soya's at center, I believe. God, it'll be so much nicer next week with numbers, numbers, and a program.
And we know who players are. And, yeah.
No, Warriors fumble.
Looks like Remington came up
Remington
with it.
recovered. Remington, that must have been Mr. Smith that made the fumble. He's executing the push-ups.
Yep.
Remington on their possession, they did not score, did they?
I don't believe so.
I don't think they did either. New running back in the backfield. I'm not sure who it is.
Didn't get much.
Didn't get much though on it. Picked up maybe one. Wow, Mountain Ridge they are pumped down here.
I'm telling you, they're like.
I didn't see much fire from them when they were
No.
playing us.
Granted, they were on the other side of the field.
No, and I've been even off the players on the field.
Yeah.
Now Smith back in at the other back. Looper up the middle. This time he doesn't have any place to run.
Yeah, they were ready for him there. Eureka on offense on the south side of the field here.
So there's a flag got dropped in the middle, and I'm not sure who it's going to be on.
Personal foul on the Warriors.
I think it was on Wynn. Looper there should have been a foul. It's one of those you get caught for the second thing. Looper got some extracurricular activity handed to him on the ground, and Wynn came to his defense and shoved the guy off, and then Wynn got called for the flag.
Yep. What do they always say? Catch the guy who's retaliating,
Yep.
right?
This guy's catch the guy that's protecting one of his own teammates.
Yeah.
Looper back up the middle. He's going to pick up a few this time. He's going to pick up 7. No, 6. See, a few more people have filtered in. Haven't lost too many.
They're all ready to run the mile.
Ooh.
The Moonlight Mile.
I'll walk a lap. There's no moon.
Not yet. Not yet.
Wainer back to pass. You better watch out from his backside. Ooh, nice escape.
Good awareness. Ran a long way for a couple yards.
But at least it wasn't a 8-yard sack loss.
That's true. That's true.
So it started out, Marion did a good job driving all the way down to the goal line. Lost the possession, had to start back out at 35 on the fumble, and then since then really hasn't been able to move the ball much.
Yeah, they're struggling to find that answer here.
Haven't seen them. They tried to go to the air a couple times, but really haven't seen them go to the air much. Right off the bat, those little quick passes, which we've talked about in years past. Boy, if you can get that little quick passing game going, that really puts the defense on their heels.
Yeah, it opens up the lanes for the running.
And ball's on the ground again. Well, it looks like the Warriors are definitely seeing some stuff they got to work on. So the Warriors are going to start once again on the 35. Kellen keeps it this time, and he's going to get wrapped up and taken down for a 5-yard loss.
Mountain Ridge moving the ball against Eureka defense. South side of the stadium.
Got to be coming up close to here some of the last plays for the Warriors.
I would imagine.
Oh, that's a flag. Come on. Oh, how is that not a flag?
I think it might have been just too far away from him to catch it.
Yeah, but he ran him over. He didn't have a chance to even make the cut to go after it.
That's true.
Back to pass again. Nearly picked off.
And Mountain Ridge into the end zone over here on the south side.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be it for the Warriors. So, Warriors in Remington, after a pretty exciting Mountain Ridge Marion exchange where both teams scored multiple times, this time Remington and Marion came up empty both ways.
Pretty evenly matched. I don't know what you thought. I thought there's definitely some potential for some chippiness developing there.
Yeah, very much so.
We're going to maybe see later in the season between the two teams.
Yeah.
So.
Trip Peterson, that's who's got the white undershirt.
Okay.
That's one of the ones. It's one of the ones I wasn't figuring out who it was. I think he was out in a whiteout slot.
Yeah. Looks like the JV is going to go out and take some reps now. Big hole, and he is off to the races. Again, Warriors go on the road next Friday to Harrington, just up 77 in Dickinson County.
26 miles, isn't it? I think that's what
right.
it is.
Yeah.
Having never broadcast from there, I'm not sure where we're going to be set up.
I feel like we have broadcast there before.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember Casey and I found some dive place to get dinner at somewhere up there years ago. Years ago.
I don't know since they got the new place out there.
Yep.
north where you
Yeah.
can
I don't know.
And I'm trying to think. I don't think.
have a stadium.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's-
sunken down.
Yeah, it's sunk. It's right on the west side of the high school.
Yeah. We've run track
We've run
up there.
track up there a lot, so
Yeah.
we've seen it and been to it. I just don't remember because the visiting bleachers they're kind of one of those that are built into the hillside, but there's not a lot of height to them.
Right.
So if we can't be up in the press box next week, we're going to be in not good visual. So I'll have to have Jason get on that and see if they're going to allow us in the press box. Oh, okay. The blue undershirt,
Mm-hmm.
Westner. That's who I've been missing calling all night.
Isaac Westner?
Yep, Isaac.
Okay.
He's there talking to
Oh,
Trip.
down here on
Yep.
the near side. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Touchdown, Mound Ridge.
These are the JV teams playing down here again. Mound Ridge JV obviously is good this year.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Warriors able to wrap up
Say-
the runner there.
Good gang tackling there by the Warriors.
Tell you what, I think Salisbury Sweets is going to want to be here for every football game. My goodness.
Yeah, they got a line still down there, don't they?
A lot of snow cones being sold tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess so. They probably don't want to be at the October, November games.
Well, they might sell hot chocolate on those nights. Little coffee cart, you know?
There you go. Perfect football weather night.
Yeah,
It really is. This is, man. If we could ask for every Friday night to look like this for at least the majority of the season, this
especially
would be awesome.
like in November, like
You mean when we're parked and teeth chattering and
yes. When you can't count your toes because they just feel like one big toe. Oh, slipped up.
I was gonna say our defender almost made an interception from laying on the ground.
That's right. Where's it gonna have to make sure their cleats are long enough for their home games, huh?
So once again, it looks like Eureka's JV is not playing on offense tonight.
I think that's accurate.
They played a defensive set, but they're not playing on offense. So
Lost our producer.
oops. There he is.
That's actually okay.
All right.
Once again, one of the upgrades that happened last year, I just kind of looked out there and looked at the camera screen again and noticed that one of the upgrades that happened about halfway through the season last year was the light upgrade, and it is definitely making a difference. This is great lighting, except there's not a dark spot on the playing field.
Yeah, all these lights were converted to LED lights. That was part of the bond project. So not only the new concession area, locker rooms, but get the lights on the ball fields changed out. So
And actually, you look over at the baseball field, the same thing. There's not a dark spot on the baseball field now either, and softball is the same way. But
except for the weed clumps.
well, those are just shadows.
Okay.
Hey, Schroeder, if you're listening, man, they got some grass clumps on your field.
He's not worried about it until February.
Oh, almost a wrap-up tackle. There we go. It's a nice pursuit. Marion JV all of a sudden looking much better on the defensive side. They're flowing to the ball, making some good hits.
Yeah, good stop by the Warrior defense. Ball's on the ground. It's able to get a throw off, but it's off the receiver's hands. Incomplete.
You think you can get shut off before you let this one out?
We got a couple viewers, don't we? 8. Seven. That's right. He's put on a college game, probably. Not sure. Did Marion JV offense go yet?
No.
Okay.
This is they took that break the last time.
Yeah.
Some kind of mandatory break.
This would be the Marion JV offense. just starting. Yeah, they're like,
I was gonna say,
it's like, where are they going?
kept walking backwards and backwards and backwards.
Not a good sign if our guys are willing to give up that much yardage that easily.
Didn't even give it up to the defense. They gave it up to the referees.
That's right. All right, so this is the JV offense for Marion.
Ooh.
A little confusion on the handoff there.
So does the south end, when they get that much faster?
Guess
or
who's
does
back?
Or they only do 6?
So Darren's speculating that Eureka's JV is not playing offense.
That's what both times they've played defense on the JV side, but they have not played offense on the JV.
You back?
Yeah, I need to watch. I got my homework done. I had like 5 calculus questions, so knocked that out 8.
Good job.
We're still here.
I know.
Quarterback keeps. He's got some room on the near side.
Like Helen Carson. Or is that JV?
This JV.
I don't know who that is.
I think it's Raymer. I think it's
Is that
Jordy.
Jordy?
I think it's Jordy.
It is Jordy Raymer. Look at the sun. Yeah, I know. You didn't get to view it from here. It was over there.
Saw it in the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ball almost came out.
Whistle. Oh, never mind.
Oh, ball on the ground again. JV's going to have to be working on that here in this
Yeah.
next week.
Let me get that timing worked out.
I believe the center's Colt, I
Yeah,
believe.
it's cold.
Colt Smith. Colt and Jordy need to spend a couple extra minutes
Yep, getting that
after practice, getting that timing down.
timing down.
Yeah, sometimes, especially as a little more inexperienced player, you got here and all of a sudden you're against another team live action. You take your eyes off of it just a little bit because you're trying to anticipate, what you're going to do next.
Right.
Put the play of the ball. So some of those are coming in pretty hot, though. Pitch out to Kavon.
Yeah, and part of that's just practicing those reps so that ball's in the same spot each time.
Yep.
So he doesn't have to look. I mean, he can
Right.
have his eyes up. So just get those reps in.
Did they score?
Nope.
On one?
Nope.
I heard cheering. Didn't know what it was for.
Remington player made a good tackle on Kavon as he was getting on the outside.
Uh-oh. Who was that? I can't tell with all the new ones. Great viewer.
That's why you do these jamborees, these scrimmages, get some of the stuff ironed out, and see what needs worked on and what's not working. And
Yeah, it's especially as a JV squad.
Yeah.
In practice, you're going up against the varsity defense. You know, a lot of times you don't get a real good feel for getting the pace or getting plays run. So in some ways, this is kind of their first
right.
practice against something their own speed.
Yep.
Ball's on the ground again.
Our wives are
Yep.
waving at us. They're
Yeah, I saw
leaving.
that.
They opted out of the mile run. So decided that wasn't for them tonight.
Wrapped up again in the backfield.
Yeah, this is just gonna need to work on these. The Eureka and Mountain Ridge players have inched closer to midfield here.
I think this is Ryder.
I think you're right.
What's the deal with the mask
What do you mean?
on the ramp? They all got masks
I don't think so. Or just their face mask.
Cross back to pass, so he gets hit before he even had a chance to get rid of it.
Looked like it had a mask. Why not?
I think one of the things the JV needs to work on is solidifying that offensive line a little bit better.
Yeah,
It seems like even when the snaps have been good and handled, there's a opposing jersey right in our face before we really even have a chance to make a decision or make a move. So there it is again.
yeah, I think you're right. I think the offensive line, then just the timing. Gotta get those reps in, get that timing ironed out. All right, I think we're gonna switch things up here. Looks like Remington's coming back to the south side.
So Final opponent for the night for the Warriors is going to be the Eureka Tornadoes.
The Eureka Tornadoes. The south side of the stadium is going to be Remington on offense, Mound Ridge on defense. North side of the stadium will be Eureka on offense, Marion on defense. So Eureka going right to left.
Remington going
Remington
left to right.
going left to right.
Oh, man. Oh, how is that not a flag? Wow. The defensive lineman popped the quarterback way after he let that ball go up and actually popped him up around the shoulders, head area.
Eureka comes out throwing. Warriors are able to make a stop after about a 3-yard gain.
Pitch out here.
Warriors in pursuit.
Nice. Way to come up, Jesse.
Yeah. Held his ground.
Jesse might have got popped a little bit, but he did not let off, and it was actually a loss on the play of a yard. So great way to come up from deep in the backfield.
Remington to the air. He's got a man in the middle.
Oh,
It's broken
almost
up.
picked off by Mound Ridge. Back to pass, looking deep. Good break
Yeah, that
up.
was good defense.
That was great D over there. That was Tripp Peterson.
Yeah.
I made sure I looked at a couple of the guys that I haven't known who they are, and that was Tripp that made a great play on the ball. Waited till the kid went up to a high point. When he was coming down, stripped it right out. No pass interference call.
Coach
Great
Coleman
D.
liked that play.
Yes, that was very good heads-up play by the sophomore.
Remington able to move the ball down here against Mound Ridge. They're about their own 8-yard line, about the 8-yard line. Eureka,
Great defense here.
yeah,
Nice.
great pursuit there. Got through the line.
I think that was Soyez. I'm pretty sure it was. Said I'm having a little trouble with some of this, figuring out who's who.
You're at least willing to guess. I'm not even willing to guess.
I'm pretty sure that's Wyatt. because he's playing center on one side. And I know he's number 55, so I'm taking a pretty good guess at that. That's Wyatt.
Eureka from the 40. Marion shows blitz again.
Ooh, nice tackle.
Yeah, he came
So
through.
it is again.
Came through untouched. You saw him inch forward over there in the set position, and he was able to get into a slot and just find an open hole that nobody blocked him coming through.
Down here on this end, you know how last time, we mentioned Mound Ridge was also hyped up.
Yeah.
Excited. Haven't heard a word from him this whole little
Yeah,
drive
very
by Remington.
subdued.
Very subdued. It's almost like, if they can build themselves up, they get into that mode. But as soon as they start getting put on their heels, they don't keep that momentum.
Snap came out a little wonky. It was kind of spinning.
Good
as it
coverage
came
out there. That was Peter. No, that might have been Looper on the coverage. Yeah, that was Looper. Still good coverage.
Yeah.
Good coverage over there. Okay, so who I'm not seeing, I just figured out who it was in that last JV sequence. But now I'm looking out on the field and I'm not seeing him on the field and I'm seeing him on the sideline is Isaac Westman. He had a blue undershirt on. Oh no. There we go.
Was it blue or was it red?
No, it was blue. It was tucked in. So I'm not sure where. I don't see him out on the field. So down here at the south end, Remington on the 6-yard line. Jackson Howard. Oh, couldn't quite bring him down, but he's going to get back up and still make the play. For the stat column, Jackson lost about 3 yards of a sack piece, or not a sack, but a tackle for loss. He's still tackling for loss, just 3 less yards.
Right.
Good pursuit by the big guy. That's one of the things, watching those two in basketball, it's not very often you find guys that are, and Remington scores down here on this end off of a pass. It's not very often you find guys at 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", that have that good of feet that can move that well. So it's really nice to see that out of Mercer and Howard.
I know it makes the basketball coach happy.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly make Coleman sad either.
Yeah.
Oh, nice layout.
Helmet came off.
Yeah. Oh, man, I think he knocked the wind out of himself. He laid out so much that he exposed.
Yeah.
They need to work on his helmet. I was watching the last time when Eureka was down here against Remington, or against Mound Ridge, I guess. He lost his helmet a couple times in that series.
Okay.
He's still trying to catch his breath.
Yeah, he's gassed.
He's down. I really think he completely knocked the wind out of himself when he dove. Handoff up the middle, nothing there. Met by Batani and Howard
And the rest
and Soyez. I guess that's it looks like that might be their 12th play.
I think that's the 12. So the Warriors will come out and get their 12. And
I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think Eureka ever made it past the 30-yard line.
I don't think so.
That bodes well.
Yep.
That That warms my heart for next week.
That's right. I'm not in shape to stand this long.
Yeah, I know.
Darren's son Austin has got a coaching position down at a high school in Oklahoma, and they have a game tonight, and we've got that on Darren's phone going, and he just showed it to me. The marching band is playing at halftime, and
It looks like it's as big as a college.
yeah, the marching band's got to be a couple hundred kids.
It looks like a D1 college band. It looks like
Yeah.
KU or K-State are out there on the field. I mean, the
Yeah.
size.
Yep.
Because they literally are about 10 band members deep, starting at 120, clear to the other 20-yard line. On every 5 yards.
All right, Warriors come out on offense now. See what they can do against the Eureka defense. And the Mound Ridge offense will be going against the Remington defense on the south side of the field.
Oh, wow.
Nice play.
There was nobody there for Looper. Nice
Great
cutback.
Warriors in the zone.
Okay, there's Westner. He's out here at wide receiver now. He's blue undershirt, 2 socks. So I just lost track of him there.
Yeah.
I guess he wasn't out there on defense. But he's the one that actually led a little bit of a block there, and Looper cut it back in behind him. Then defender fell down, so he didn't even have to make a block.
Makes it easy. They
Nice
just fall over.
Nice run by Looper. Nice blocking up front by the Warrior line. Snap back to Wayner. Handoff this time to Westner.
Another
No,
big
not Westner.
hole.
That's Smith. Sorry, Smith. Another nice hole up the middle. This is what you like to see. Younger kids that haven't, it's some newer positions, having some success, trying to figure a few things out so you can really start honing stuff early in the season. Wayner's keep, spins, makes a cut, race to the end zone, in. He's in the zone. Nice job run by Wayner.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, this is such a good tune-up, especially for the varsity guys who are going to be playing next week on all these teams. Get to come out here on a Friday night under the lights and get some reps against other teams. And
Mountain Ridge is coming back out to 35, so I'm assuming they scored.
Yep. Gives these guys a chance to put a hat on somebody else and see what's working for them. So I like this Jamboree setup.
I do too, because there's only so many times in the first couple of weeks of practice you can run over your freshman.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't. Nothing against the freshmen, but size-wise, they're not the same. A 5'6", 140-pound kid versus a 6'2", 180. Matching up against that, this gives the coaches so much more look at what's really going to happen during the season. Wayner pulls it back. You just better take off and run. He's got a pretty good open field. The flag came down in the
behind him,
background.
probably a holding.
Probably going to be a holding.
Yep.
There was way too much time back there. It had to be a holding.
Yeah, I think Kellen had enough time. They turned around and Kraft wrote a play for him and handed it to him. So.
Yep, holding on Marion.
I saw at middle school open house, I saw some of the 7th graders and their parents and asked them how football was going. I said, oh, football, we're really enjoying football. And said to the 7th grader, said, have you hit each other yet? He goes, no. I said, oh, okay. Good. Another big hole there through the middle. Warriors able to take advantage of that and
I'm not
first down.
I am not sure who that is that just ran the ball. So, I'll feel much better next week when I have numbers.
Yeah, numbers and a roster. And
it was not Smith. I can tell you that. It was a running back that had come in to take Smith's position for a play. Wessner and Peterson are down here near. Oh, didn't get quite as much that time. Handoff up the middle.
Yeah, the Eureka defender 66er was able to penetrate and make the stop.
Once again, that's the running back who I don't know the name of. Looks like they're trying to get a couple reps. Smith and Looper are both back here by the coaches.
Yeah,
obviously trying to get some other running back reps. Westner's going to go wide to the right. Peterson's wide to the right. I'll have to find out who this is down here to the left. Oh, I bet it's Carson Kraus is down here to the left.
Okay.
Near side. But I don't know who the running backs are. Oh, Snyder was the other running back that led the way. And into the zone. Nice run by, I don't know who. I wish I did. Yeah, the guy in red, Gene. The guy in red.
The guy in the red shirt scored. Accurate. We like that kind of accuracy.
That's 2 scores for the Warriors here in this time against Eureka. It's way to end the night.
It's a good way.
Good way to end the night. Maybe not for Eureka, but at least for Marion.
No, we are the home team.
I know.
Yeah.
We were talking about that last week, trying to remember all the places that this Jamboree has been. I know one year we did have to go to Eureka. We didn't go down and cover it, but I remember them having to go down there. And it's been here once.
Yep, this is the second time we've had it.
But I don't remember that odd year. Maybe it was Remington, maybe they went down to. I just don't remember. Ooh, almost lost that ball. Corralled it and picked up 6. Meanwhile, back to pass is Mound Ridge. Little flip out, wide open in the flat. Nice play. Don't know that was the set play on that one down there, but it sure worked out well for Mound Ridge. Quarterback scrambled, was able to find a receiver that was just able to work his way into a gap.
Made something out of nothing.
Yep.
Good block.
Jordy looking to make something happen here. Well, maybe that wasn't Jordy. that was Carson Krause.
Somebody.
It was Carson. Because the rest of varsity's still out there. I looked at it
Yeah.
and saw a smaller quarterback, and I thought, oh, it's Jordy, but no, it's Carson Krause.
We don't even have like a varsity depth chart to go off of. Like, we will do a lot better next Friday.
Very much so.
Oh,
Ball's
ball
on the
came
ground.
out. Yeah. Can't go down on your knees and pick it up and then get back up.
I don't think. Not sure what happened. I don't think Mount Ridge scored. I didn't see the score. Maybe they did. Ball's reset at 35 again.
I missed it.
Where's the instant replay?
What?
Nothing, Gino.
My eyes are feeling so bad, I don't think I can even see it.
Good tackle for a loss there by Remington. So you see at least in the backfield, this is kind of like the second depth of the varsity here. Still moving the ball on Eureka. Cross back to pass, looking short little pass. It's going to be complete.
Yeah.
Picked up probably 3 or 4.
Kind of a short arm type pass.
He was looking to throw into the end zones, realized that the man was covered, so he dumped it off to the short man. And that will be the 12th play. That's going to wrap it for the varsity tonight.
Jackson Batante's excited about that.
Yeah, he's excited. It's over.
That's right.
You know, when you think about it, every single one of these varsity players tonight got 72 snaps.
Yep.
You know, that's pretty close to a full game worth.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times we'll see the stats afterwards, and each team will have gotten off, roughly around 40 plays.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that they all got 72 tonight, that's pretty darn close to a full game.
Okay, let's go over that.
All right, folks. We appreciate you joining in and watching tonight's activity here. And we hope anybody that's still listening to the broadcast will get the word out. We will be at Harrington next week as the Warriors open the 2024 season on the road against the Railers. You got anything, Jeremiah?
Have a good evening. Enjoy this nice weather.
Thanks again, Gino, for getting us hooked up. We'll see you all next week.